Damn, we're right here like having a not noticing.
They need to hurry up and put that out. There's probably propane lines and gas lines and stuff like that. I know. So we were having breakfast, and Mark was here. He was visiting from Long Beach, and we were just kind of like chatting and whatever. And all of a sudden, we see these cop cars just go buzzing by. And I'm like, what the heck is going on there? So I got up and I looked around the corner, and just like maybe 3 or 4 spaces right down from where I was at, sure enough, there's smoke just billowing out of this RV, and I was like, holy crap. So there were already some people over there, because our first thought was, let's make sure everyone is out. It's like, do we need to go over there? You know, there was like a fine line between wanting to help, but not wanting to be a nuisance and not wanting to be like a little spectator and everything. We need to make sure there's no one in there. So I started walking over there, and we realized that there were some people there that had already cleared the RV, made sure that there was nobody there. We looked for like their car, because it was a fifth wheel, so maybe if their truck was there, we'd know that there was someone, but the truck was gone, so we're assuming that there was nobody inside. But it's like, well, what about pets or whatever? But somebody said they already went inside and cleared the vehicle and called the cops. And so we're just kind of sitting there and waiting, and just like, what do we do? Is there anything that we can do? There was no one from the campground that was outside checking things out. I'm sure they were aware of it, but there was nobody out there physically, actively, monitoring the scene. The cops did get there, and they just waited for fire. Fire trucks came out, like a lot of fire trucks came out. Including later on the big old hook and ladder truck kind of came out, and they went in there and took care of everything. But that got me thinking, that I don't know what happened there, because if it was a fire that was billowing from the inside with nobody home, then, obviously they weren't cooking something that went on fire. So something happened when nobody was there. And so that kind of got me thinking, like, do I have enough fire extinguishers? What do I have in my rig? Because I never really thought about that. The only fire thing, here on, let's go take a look. The only fire thing that I have is this one that's right here. And this is the okay. I only have one fire extinguisher in this entire RV, and I know that I should be having more. So I'm gonna go get some more today, because this one here, it says it's good. It says it's full. It's a classification 1-A:10-B:C. So ABC fire extinguisher, and there are a lot of different fire extinguishers that you can get, a lot of brands, a lot of styles, and you need to make sure you're using the right extinguisher for the right kind of fire. So this one says it is good for trash, wood, and paper, and liquids, and electrical equipment. So that is pretty much everything that I need. The one thing that this will not work on is like a grease fire or an oil fire, like if you're cooking on the stove or something. This one won't be good for that. So maybe a separate one for the kitchen, that if you have cooking or something going on, might need another one. But I need to go get a couple more of these. So I searched online to the Home Depot website, and there's a Home Depot just 5 miles up the road here in Utah, where I'm at. And I'm going to go pick some up. So let's go and do that, and let's get fire ready. The funny thing is, St. George is such a small town, and I think it's located right next to the grocery store I went to when I was here, so don't really need the GPS, but do it just in case. in and out.
Please scan your items. When you're finished, select the Pay Now button. Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
All right. All good. Fire extinguishers, check. Feeling safer already. There's one thing that's cool about St. George is coming around this corner right here and you see this big old rock that's just like right there that you kind of go around. It's pretty neat, pretty impressive as you're rolling through this area. Okay, got him. I'm feeling better already. I guess I don't know if these have a clip in them or how they're gonna attach to the wall, but oh, see, it has this little thing where it screws in and this just clamps on in there. But I don't. This is the white one is for the kitchen, and I just don't know if I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna keep it under the sink. Okay, so one, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep the kitchen one in the kitchen under the sink, so it's always there. One of these I'm gonna put in the bathroom, one of the red ones, so that if there's something going on back here, I know that I'm covered. But I might have to install this. I'm just gonna leave it back here for now. Well, it's too tall. I'll have to find a spot to put that. But I am gonna install that somewhere in the back. And the reason is because if there's something back here or there's something, I just want to make sure I have that ready to go. And then the other one I'm gonna put outside. This one I'm gonna put outside somewhere the next time I go out. Probably in the cargo bay where I keep all my tools and all that stuff, so that way there's something out there ready to go. So I'll have one outside, one right here by the door, one in the back, and then one under the sink. And the one under the sink is specifically for kitchen use. So when I was planning on making this video, I reached out to the Sparks Police Department or the fire department because I wanted to have somebody come on the record and do a little interview with me and talk about the differences about how they would approach an RV fire differently than, say, a house fire or a car fire, or what their recommendations are. But they told me that due to ongoing litigation, that they are not able to send somebody on record to talk about that incident that I recorded or about just any sort of RV fire in particular, which makes me kind of wonder what litigation or what's going on. So anyways, that being said, I think the big takeaway as a full-timer, whether you're full-time RV or full-time living on a boat or even in your own sticks and bricks, whether it's apartment or a house, is you got to be fire ready. You got to be ready at a moment's notice. You just never know what's going to happen. Make sure you check your fire extinguishers. Go do it right now. Make sure that they're good. Make sure they haven't expired. Make sure you know where they are, and anyone else who's in the RV, make sure that they know where they are too. Seconds saves stuff, time, lives, whatever, you know. So that's why having multiple fire extinguishers in multiple areas and making sure everybody knows where they are can help save your rig or someone else's rig. Thanks for checking this out. I know it was kind of a weird little vlog or whatever, but coming up soon, I've got my 90-day recap series. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to talk about all the expenses and where I stayed, going over the true cost of what it costs to live on the road, and a bunch of other really cool stuff as well. So if you haven't done it, please be sure to like and subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and we will see you in the next video.